I'm going to start now our sponsor workshop training. For those of you that are recruiting or not even thought about it yet, it is just, for me, it's just all about having things in a logical sense and knowing what you're doing and building confidence when you start team building. So for me, I've read lots of books and I've done lots of sponsoring, but if you just break it down into sort of simple steps with anything, it's easy. And a lot of people feel quite fearful of picking the phone up and doing a presentation because it's like, it's a presentation, or going to somebody and doing a face-to-face appointment. Well, let's take out presentation and let's take out face-to-face appointment. All we're ultimately doing in this business is sharing a great idea and giving people the opportunity to change their lives. And when we think about it like that, then we take away some of those fears that come around for some people in got to do a presentation of not. If what you're doing right now is working, then stick with what you're doing. But if you do want to look at areas where you do want to develop, how you present the opportunity, how you explain what we have to offer, then I really think this will be of use to you. So I hope it helps. And I would always say that ultimately, he who has the most leads wins. So, we can be great at presenting the opportunity, but if we're not doing all of the activity to create the leads, then ultimately we're not going to win. So it is a numbers game. It doesn't matter how good you are at presenting. It is all about going through the numbers. Some will, some won't. So what? You've just got to keep moving. You've got to keep going for no. And through the no's, you'll find the yeses. And through those yeses, you'll also find all of your superstars as well. So, like I said, if what you're doing is working for you, then please don't change anything that you're doing. And it really is less about skill and more about the action that you put in. It's the more you do, the more you'll achieve with anything. I think, the first step is getting posting online ads, Facebook, your free ads, your paid for sites, all the rods in the pond that we talk about. And we have a whole training where we talk about the rods in the pond, the shop ads, the newspapers, the posters, the flyers, everything that's involved in finding all of the different people that are going to join our teams. But when you've got prospects as well, it's when we, certainly when we're doing our online ads through our ads pool, sometimes it's not just giving them one chance, it's drip feeding prospects with information. So, we can use things like a contact manager, if you like, to filter inquiries. You can do emails yourself. You can do it on emails. You can also do all of this through your Facebook. So just thinking about, the information that you're sending, the teasing, the information that's getting people aware of what it is that you have to offer. So you could do something like on day one, thank you for your interest. It might be a couple of days later, you follow up with further information and maybe a little bit of your testimonial. Day 5, it might be something like, we've coached, and so some team testimonials that they may relate to. Certainly if you know a little bit about them, you can give, maybe it's a family, so somebody in your team that's got a family testimonial that matches that. Then just keep drip feeding information. So, are you still interested? Don't give up on people too soon. Certainly with emails, they don't always see it straight away. So it's using all of the success stories. Use on Facebook the group that we've got, the Matrix Group Opportunity Group, with all of the success stories that, again, you can use to drip feed prospects to see what they're going to be a part of. The recognition, the testimonials, everything that we're going to put in there. And we're still building that up, but it's all of us working together to provide that information. And I think one of the biggest things that you've got to remember is that conversation becomes before commission. So it is all about us providing the right information. It's all about us getting to know our prospects. And all of that happens before we earn any money. So, this is a really important part of our business. I'm going to whiz through these. These are just examples of emails that we send out and information that we send out. All of it is in the sponsoring group, so that you've got that. But what you've got to remember is that when you're getting going, practice makes perfect. So it's just a matter of just doing it and finding what works for you. Nothing that we do is too scripted. You'll find your own ways of wording stuff. The Vista Group has a script book now, so if you want something as a start, then use that. But you know, you'll really find your own way, and you'll find your own words and your own personality that's going to work for you. You know, so don't worry too much about that. I know with scripts I'm like a bit wooden. I like it to come from more my heart. So, you know, but if you need something there just to get you started, use some of the scripts that we've got. But remember that when you first make contact, when you're getting going, it's all about really getting an appointment made. It's about making that slot with them, so that then you can give them the time to explain what our opportunity is about. So again, we've got scripts to do with that. So what I'm going to talk you through now is the 5 stages of a presentation. This has been taken from the Tim Sales. I'm going to give you some information on the reading. But this is, so for me, when you do a presentation, you go through these 5 stages. You go through the relaxed stage, where really it's all about you selling yourself. When you're greeting a person, when a person buys you, they'll buy anything, you know, and the biggest thing that you're selling in this industry is yourself. You'll go through the dream stage, where you'll find their dominant buying motive. So although the business is free, they're buying into an idea. So this is where you're qualifying them for what it is that they want, what it is that's important to them. And you're then going to be offering them the solution to that, what they're looking for. So you're going to be showing them what you've got to offer. You're going to invite them to present the opportunity, and alongside that, you're going to handle any questions and objections with confidence and competence. And then you'll be closing. So you'll be closing and providing action at the end of that presentation, not leaving it open. And then obviously after that, there's any follow-up is through our last stage. So as we know, follow through is in the fortunes, is in the follow through. So, you know, it is a process, it's a system, if you like to work methodically, if you like to work with a system, but it's flexible, it's not black and white. What you're doing when you do an appointment to me is you're opening it at this end, you're gathering all sorts of information throughout that presentation, and you're building a rapport with that person. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be talking about you, the company and the product. You're going to be sharing this information right through to when you close the deal at the end of it. So let's have a little look at the relaxed stage. So first of all, you've got to think about reducing any distractions that might take place, so that they can focus on the information that you're going to provide with them. So plan a time that's appropriate. It's no good when it's the kids' bedtime and they're trying to settle the kids down. It might be that it's got to be sometime later on or in the afternoon. Make sure that it's a time that is appropriate for them. For you, make sure that you turn off any background noise or anything, and ask them to do the same. If you're doing a face-to-face appointment, sit next to them or in front of them so that you can maintain that eye contact with them. And always make sure that you dress appropriately, you smell nice, and you've got the right body language. And I think part of that comes across when you're organised, and it might be that you want to take some brochures and samples and bits of information with you, copies of maybe written testimonials and stuff, or it might be that you just need to be organised when you're on the phone as well, and have maybe information in front of you, or little bullet points or stuff like that, so that you feel organised with the whole presentation and you've not got any distractions going on yourself. So also the next part of the relaxed stage really is the first impressions. So, you know, if you are meeting that person, have sincere, friendly facial expressions, and smile, because that makes such a big difference. You know, even if you're on the telephone, smile while you dial. And obviously make sure that you watch that body language. folding your arms is not an open form of body language. So make sure that you are open to them, because first impressions really do count. I think 60 to 80% of first impressions is shown to you by the way that you look, appear and behave. So dress for success, smile and have a warm introduction with a strong handshake, you know, just a slight squeeze, more than them, just to show them. But looking good and smiling actually will empower you as well. You'll feel more confident. And don't forget to look to sort of mirror your prospects. So if they're sort of sitting with their legs crossed, maybe sit with your legs crossed. So you're showing them that you've got like the same interest, that it becomes across in the body language and the tonality. Again, if they talk really, really fast, then talk a little bit faster. If they talk really slow, then slow it down so that you're mirroring them. And that will help them to really sort of feel in that first impression relaxed with you. So make sure, obviously, that you're interested in them. We always talk about, you know, whether you're interested or whether you're interested. And one of the things that we use to do this in the opening stages, in this relaxed stage, is to use what we call form. So form stands for family, occupation, recreation, and money. And in your head, it's just a way of getting questions organised that you can open them up and show that you're interested in them through the use of open-ended questions. So why, what, who, when, where, and how. So, you know, it's all about, so tell me about you. This is how I open somebody up. You know, where do you live? Who do you live with? How many children have you got? All of those sort of questions. People love talking about themselves, but even more than that, they love talking about their family. Where do they work? So occupation, you know, how many hours do they work? How long have they worked there? Do they like where they work? Do they not like where they work? All of this information is going to show, one, that you're interested in them, but secondly, you're gathering information so that when you present the opportunity, you're aware of what they're looking for and how it's going to fit in with them, how it's going to fit in with their work, what, you know, what things that they like to do in their spare time. Do they really like traveling? Is the travel incentives going to be something that's really going to turn them on in the business? You know, and then ask them about the money. Ask them, you know, how much money is going to make a difference and what it's for. Is it treats? Is it survival money? Is it, you know, holiday? Is it a wedding? Is it a new car? What is it that they're looking for and what's going to make a difference? Because ultimately, in gathering all of that information, you're going to then find, you know, more out about them. So it's really important that you show that you're interested, because what that's doing is building trust. And you know, when people are relaxed, they open up and tell you more. And when they know, when you know their circumstances, like I said, you can adapt the presentation accordingly to them. So, you know, all that information that you're gathering is going to allow you to build a great rapport, and it's going to show that you really, really care about that person. You really care whether this opportunity is for them or not. So, you know, this tip has come from the script, but people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. People join you. They want to see that you're interested in them. So show that genuine interest in them. And for me, this first part of the presentation is the most important part that you can do. So just get good at asking people about themselves. Then what you're going to do is you're going to move into what we call the dream stage. So this is where you're qualifying, you know, what they need, want, and don't want. You know, so tell me what it is that you're looking for. A great way to open them up is, you know, I'm curious as to what you're looking for. Our aim in this stage, if you like, is to find their wit, and it's their what's important to them. Their reason why, you know, we talk about that all of the time. And this is a great way to ask people what it is that they're looking for in the opportunity. So we always had this in our other business. You know, we would ask them, are they looking for extra income? Is it something where they're going to want to work from home? Is it that they want to be their own boss and have their own business? Is it for lifestyle reasons? Is it because they want to meet new people? Is it for further? Is it for retirement and pension plan, or is it for financial freedom? Because many people join our opportunity for lots of different reasons. When you find out their why, when you're showing the opportunity, you can show them the solution to their reason why. So it's really important. And one of the things that we learn in our other business is the Alan Pease 5 golden questions. You know, what's your number one priority? Why is that important? Why that one? Why is that important to you? What are the consequences of you not having that? And why would that worry you? These questions used in the right way, you will find that real emotional reason why. And believe me, some people will tell you it's for extra income, but actually when you go through this, you'll find out there's a deeper reason why. And when people attach their emotions to their reason why, then absolutely there's no way that they're not going to join you. My tip for you is as well is to get this list printed on the back of your business cards, because these are lots of the reasons. These are what people are looking for. So you can use that on your business cards. Now, our solution stage, if you like, so this is when we're going to now explain to them that it's your turn now, and you're going to explain what it's all about. You're going to reinforce their needs. So everything that you've gathered that information from in the first 2 stages from, you're going to use that now to show them that this is all about them. So I'm going to show you now how you can earn that £400. I'm going to show you now how you can work from home and have the time that you want with your children. I'm going to show you now how you can, and whatever it is that you found out is their wit, their real reason why. Remember, the opportunity, you're selling the destination, you're not selling the airplane. So you're selling them what's available to them and what's in the future and what you can see and what's going to happen for them. It is always, always about them and their life. It's not about you and what you've got from this. This is finding a solution to them, for them, their reason why. And you have to, hand on heart, believe that you can help them. Because if you don't think it's right for them from the information that you've gathered, then tell them, I don't think...
Is that busy night, buddy?
No, Monday, isn't it?
Is it?
Let's just mute Dave. So again, part of the solution stage is showing them what you have to offer. So how does it work? Why does it work? Does it work? You know, explain that you're going to show them how it works, why it works, and does it really work? And how it can work for them too. And based on what you've just told me, you know, Rachel, I think it would be a perfect fit. It will give you, and then again, keep reinforcing that reason why, you know, the flexibility to spend time with your family or whatever it was that you found out about them. So what you're going to do throughout your presentation, your aim is to keep within the boundaries of the straight lines. We did a load of training on the Jordan Belfort straight lines, and it really, you've got to remember that the sale really starts from the first rejection, and you're going to have people say to you things like, oh, I don't have time. You know, this will be a perfect fit. It's so flexible to fit in the pockets of time. So you're going to have the answers here for all of the little rejections. You're going to have your solutions. I don't need this. Just think about all of the time that you're going to have with the children, or all the things that you can do with the extra cash that you've got. I need to think about that. I need to think about this. There's nothing to lose. It's free to join. Worst case, you grab yourself some cheap products. No. If they say no to you, check what it is that they don't understand. Ask them, do you understand blah, 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 blah. Let me ask my wife, why don't we ask her together? That way I can explain it all for you, and she will see what a great opportunity it is. Why would I buy this? I just can't live without it. Why would you not? I'm not sure. how else can I help you? What else is it that you need to know? So you'll learn to deal with some rejections, and they're not often rejections, they're just a lack of understanding. So it's sometimes that we've just not provided them the information that they need at that stage. So when we go through the solution stage, we're going to show them what you have to offer. So, you know, talk a little bit about Oriflame's established beauty and wellness business. We have an opportunity to build a work from home business, and we've got catalogue distribution, online selling and team building. So you're letting them know what's available. Then you're going to show them what you have to offer with how it works. So with the catalogues, keep it simple. You know, we simply post catalogues or present them in your local area. We have a slip that tells people to leave it on the doorstep. We return the next day to collect them. We check for orders. We process the orders online. We deliver the goods to the customers. And then, you know what? We put the cash that you've earned right in your pocket. So just keep it simple online. You know, you're simply going to place ads on social media platforms, take the orders, arrange the deliveries of the product locally or nationwide. Team building, you know, if you want to talk about that, it's just simply sharing a great idea, using the resources that we've created and the systems that are in place to help others achieve what they want to. So, you know, it's just about us showing them what we have now, how we earn our money. You know, just talk about earning 20 to 35% on each order as cash in that pocket. There's additional bonuses as well paid into your bank if you want to progress to a team leader or a group manager. So here, you know, not everybody wants to start team building and building a team. They just maybe just ask answer the advert for some extra cash, but plant seeds that there is a bigger opportunity available to them. And why it works, because we've got exclusive products, we're in the beauty and cosmetic and well-being, it's an established company of over 50 years, we're a global company operating in 64 countries, 1.5 billion turnover, huge company with a strong track record, we've got a very simple system, we offer a personalised service to the door, and we've got full training and support that's provided. So you're going to be obviously dealing throughout any of those questions and objections. We do have a full training on that, so you know, maybe some date we can come to that. But at some point through your presentation, just say to them, on a scale of 1 to 10, how interested are you? Just get a check of how interested they are. Explain to them how you get started. Obviously, it's free to join. Simple online registration form to complete. And then this is a little script taken out of the script book. We highly recommend to get you off to a good start, however, that you make a small investment of 2 starter kits. We have a skincare and cosmetic set. They enable you to try some of our products for yourself, but you can also give out some samples to friends and family, you know, on a try before you buy. These are hugely discounted from around £90 to £19.95. What we are finding is that most people are taking advantage of this offer when they're receiving the samples and following our system and generating lots of orders. So it's worth a small investment of $39.90. If they will be cataloguing to also recommend that we order some catalogues. And obviously that depends on their income requirements. So, you know, if they've asked you to earn £50 a week, you'll recommend sufficient catalogues for that. And then just say, let me talk you through ordering them now. If you can get them signed up there and then, do that and get them ordering their kits, and then they're done, in and activated and off to a flying start, which is what you want. Now the close stage, obviously what you're going to be doing is using soft closes all the way through, using that #1 priority that we spoke about. So you can see I have a great business that helps lots of working mums just like you to make a great income from home, so they don't have to feel guilty about not being around when the kids need them the most. So, you know, you're planting all of that information. Ask them, are they serious, or were they just joking about wanting to earn £200 a month? And a really good close is, sound fair enough, because you can't really say no to that half the time. So, you know, that's a really good one to use. The follow-up stage, if they don't join there and then, make sure that you follow them through. Make sure that you agree a time to call them back. Remember, there are fortunes in the follow-up. If you snooze, you lose. You don't want to lose them to somebody else. You don't know who else they're talking to. And don't give up until they say no. People's circumstances do change. They might not say yes straight away. But if you drip feed them the information, if you keep the door of opportunity open, then sometimes they will join you further down the line. So just some top tips. The biggest mistake is when you're sometimes too enthusiastic and you talk too much. Lots of people, they're waiting for you to sell. So, if you say it, they're obviously going to raise an objection. So it's always less is more. Say as little as you can, just enough information so that they can make an informed decision on what you've told them. If it's their words, it's true. So let them tell you what it is, and keep on that straight line. If you're doing face-to-face appointments, use the positive body language. Just keep nodding when they're talking. All that's positive body language that we can use. If you're on the phone, pause. Don't be concerned if it's quiet for a minute, and just use those, what we call the minimal carriages, the bridging words like yeah, meaning, being, giving them an opportunity to carry on giving you the information that they want to tell you about. And remember, be interested, not interested. Listen to their reason why. You've got to believe in yourself. Be assertive, but not too loud. Not too forceful, but just be confident, sound competent, be bold, and know that you can use all the right communication. You know what you're talking about. It is just a matter of believing in yourself. Make sure that you talk at a level that's appropriate to them. We start talking about sales plan succession and regional manager and PSG and BP and BFB and all of these things, just remember that language is not appropriate. It looks foreign, just like them symbols there. So use appropriate vocabulary when we're talking. Be relaxed, communicate at their pace, sound, make sure that you've practiced so that you're sounding rehearsed. Be you. Avoid the stuttering and hesitation, because through practice you will become confident and competent. You will communicate this easily. And I think more importantly than anything, make it fun and have a laugh. If you can go out and have a cup of coffee and a cake and just chat and all of these sort of things drop in between the conversation and you flip through the catalogue, there's no better way to present how amazing this opportunity is. But always make sure that you are being honest, you have that integrity, that you're on time, you don't exaggerate, incomes or anything. Don't give, over exaggerated income, or it's, say it's easy. It's easier to say, actually, it's not easy. It's a simple system, but it actually takes hard work. Be honest about that. Explain that it takes effort, but obviously do that in a positive manner and not a negative one. Be enthusiastic and excited, but not fake, and be passionate about the opportunity, because being passionate about the opportunity is that persuasion. So, you've got to know what you're talking about, and this is why it's so important to plug into all of your trainings, your Zooms, read and listen everything that you can. Great books, Alan Pease, Tim Sales, Big Al, your sponsor, they know what they're talking about. You've got ask questions if you're not sure, find out the answers, and it really is all about being around the people who know what they're doing. And then it's all about practice, practice and practice. It's not showing you them books very clearly, but Alan Pease, Questions Are the Answers, Tim Sales, Personal Inviter, and a Big Al's Icebreakers is really, really good ones to read if you're looking at becoming confident with presentations. And you know what? You're going to meet all sorts of people that are looking for a different opportunity, people with different pasts, past experiences, people's different baggage that they're going to bring along with them. Things, remember, are not always as they seem, and people will only tell more as they become more trusting in you. Don't ever prejudge anybody. You know, the hotshot lawyers and doctors still need an extra income just so other people do at the same time. Don't make assumptions about people. It's about you asking them rather than assuming what they think. Always make sure that you create that instant rapport with people and keep the door of opportunity open for everybody that passes your path. And you know what? If ultimately it's not for them, then ask for referrals. Ask if there is anybody that they know that this opportunity would be right for. So just as a summary, get good at your communication skills. Be interested in your prospect. Don't be distracted. You know, have that sincere facial, friendly expressions. Be assertive. Communicate easily. Be honest and have that integrity about you. Know what you're talking about and have an intention to make that person's life better. As we know, you can have everything in life you want if you just help enough people to get what they want. That's one of the things that I absolutely love about this business. The more people you help, the bigger your business grows. And it's just something like helping people is just something that I love doing, and seeing people's success and the progression is just so rewarding in itself. Get good at sharing this opportunity and get good at building a business. As it says here, I'm building an empire. Who wants to join me? So I hope that has helped. Does anybody have any questions that they want to ask? See, there's a few things in the chat. Yeah, fortunes in the follow-ups, definitely, Dave.
Very helpful, that, Helen. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Claire.